Hello everyone. How are you? Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. This is Moving Forward, where I pull cards and let my intuition guide me, let spirit guide me to find answers on certain topics. Okay. I hope you had a good weekend. It's Mondays. But I hope you were able to enjoy your weekend, restore for the weekend. It was too short for me. Time has been speeding up too quickly for my liking. Whatever, but I blink and 2 hours have passed. What happened? But anyway, my weekend was okay. It was short, I didn't have a lot of energy. This past week, actually, it was tough for me energetically because I was in a lot of energies, and by the end of the week I couldn't even, I had readings to do, but I couldn't gather up enough energy to, I would do one after I meditated, and then the one, that's all I could do. So thank you for those of you who have been patient with me. But I feel better energetically. I feel mentally a little, better with it. After I did some meditation, I couldn't even scry. I could not even do that. I tried to look in the mirror, and I just was like, I can't do this. And so I have to follow what my body and my mind is telling me to chill out. So that's what I did. I didn't push myself. I didn't push through it, That's what I did. So lesson is rest when you need to. So we have a few things two things actually. I want to read on Kamala, and I want to read on the election, this past election. I haven't done it in a long time. I just want to see where the energy is with that. Okay. Let's see here really quickly. I want to give a shout out to someone and promote someone. She emailed me, Shannon. And Shannon has this amazingly creative, incredible idea. She makes mugs, and she does more than that, but I'm mentioning the mugs first because I collect mugs and I love them. She's a ceramic artist and an intuitive, and she has combined both those two things. She for the past 20 years, she combined both those talents to create this wonderful business, Dreaming Heart. Okay, dreamingheart.com. So I'm going to read. It's very unique. I'm going to read a little excerpt. It says, I have been working with clay for over 20 years now and have been doing intuitive healing work for 15 years. Plus, my favorite thing in this world to do is combine these two amazing processes into one very powerful process that ends with a chakra drawing and healing, and an intuitive mug to support you on your healing journey. She has done hundreds. I have done hundreds of these over the years, and the results are always beloved by their new owners. It is a lengthy process, with first doing a chakra energy reading and drawing for the client, then creating the mug. That's so cool. That's really cool. Shannon, that's cool. Okay. Creating the mug through a 3-firing process, and then adding the crystal that best assists them in their healing. Please know that this process, start to finish, takes between 4 to 6 weeks. Listen, and I'm looking at these mugs and they're so beautiful, and I want one. Okay, so they're really, really beautiful. If you want one, I think this is an amazing unique idea and process. So please check her out. I will put the link down in the description of this video. Okay. So shout out to you, Shannon, Dreaming Heart Artist. Okay. Also, please check out the Indigo Corner with Dr. Ken. I think he made it. I'm not sure though, but please go subscribe to him. I have to catch up myself, but please go check out his channel and subscribe if you haven't. He has really great videos up there. Okay. All right. So if you want a personal reading, you can click more in the description of this video and the link will be there. Okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can email me moonlightenерgy15@gmail.com. It's one word, Moonlight Energy. Okay. And I'll send you the link. All right. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say is alleged, even in the comments. Okay. All right. So, whew, that was a mouthful. So, there's been a lot going on. Like I said, energetically, the energy's locked in. I mean, we are in the depths of the hardest part. And we're going through it collectively, globally, nationally. And so, as you see, there have been protests, peaceful ones, but excuse me for any background noise. But there's been peaceful protests, and as you can see, what's happening in Los Angeles. And there'll be more this week. The people are peopling. People are fed up, and him calling in the military is a terrible idea. And I'll look at that and also see what will come of that. But it's a terrible idea. And I believe the signs of the end of this, the beginning of the end of this, we have been getting signs for a very long time, but I don't know. This isn't good. Anyway, I was feeling okay. Sorry, I just saw something. I was feeling okay yesterday, so I wanted to pull some cards because it's been tough. It's been tough. I know a lot of sensitive people, intuitives, light workers. We've been feeling a lot of energy. A lot, and it's been really, really hard because my physical self is like wants to swing on people, and my higher self is like, just chill, you know why this is happening. And it's been sort of tough. It's been hard the past 2 weeks. I get in these, and I feel like part of it is me, but it's also I'm just feeling everything. And so the end result is sort of this like weariness where I just don't, I was feeling, I don't even want to look at cards by the end of end of last week. But Sunday I felt with it. I felt, okay, let me just pull some cards to sort of see if I'm going in the right direction, dealing with, because that energy has been so heavy, dealing with questioning my ability to comprehend what my intuition is telling me, my ability to read cards. And so I asked about the end, specifically signs and, even a little bit of a timeline, and the same cards always come up. Now, nothing has changed in the cards, and it did affirm what I was feeling about this experience, of this, what we're experiencing just globally, because it's not really all about the United States. We're not the center of attention, even though we kind of are, because people are centering because we're the United States, I guess. But I think what people are learning outside of us is that we aren't the center of attention. Okay. But bringing it back, just asking, when is this over? The same kind of cards came out, and the ultimate message is that it's going to be, like I've said, that this emotion, bringing back balance, and when control can't be maintained by this administration, the force of truth, the ultimate thing I got from the cards is the truth coming out, the truth being revealed. To the point where they have to lose their grip on the power that they have. An emotional reckoning with the tower, with all the cups that come out all the time, so it really sort of affirmed, I could see when you pull the lens back and you look at everything, there's a lot of emotional upheaval and anxiety, and it's at its crest now. It's a tsunami. So I always have to remind myself that, and I will always remind you guys of that this will end, and no matter how hard it is, things have to break apart. Nothing is simple, unfortunately. And so there's a path that has been sort of set now, and it's a hard path based off of people's decisions in the past, that it's affecting us presently. Okay. So, what should I look at first? Who should I read first? What should I read first? Let's see what my guides say. Okay, shall I read on Kamala first? Okay, clear the center. Shall I read on the election first? Okay, saying yes. Okay. I'm going to take a look at this LA situation as well. Okay. Alright, so I channeled Kamala so you guys could check that out. And, you know, I asked what she was up to, and she felt her energy felt very subdued, very calm. She was, again, in a different space of power. And her answers were very nuanced regarding her interest in politics and her interest in the White House. And I understood her completely, and I get it, what her answers were. Go check that out if you haven't. You can also like this video if you haven't yet. I mean, you could wait to the end, but I'm just reminding you to like that video for me, okay? Okay. My opinion of this is that, in a generally speaking, does this country deserve Kamala Harris? No. And that may sound harsh to some of you. Maybe not. I hope you get what I mean. I don't mean it in a black and white way. But just looking at her treatment and the ungratefulness, and I'm not speaking specifically, I'm speaking in an overall tone of treatment. So I appreciated her answers during the channel messages, because she's saying, I'm doing the work that I need to do. Things are out of my hands, and I'm okay with that. They'll have to deal with that. I'm going to do my part. I have been doing my part, and they'll have to make their choices. She sees that the road is very messy, and go check it out. Go check out the channeling with her. All right. Let's see where she is energetically. Kamala first. Just gonna pull a few cards. Where's Kamala Harris? How she's doing energetically. Eight of Swords on the bottom. The Fool. That's literally what I felt in her energy. The Fool, taking a leap of faith, moving forward, despite not really knowing where you're going, but doing so with courage and bravery, because you feel that the road is paved for you to go where you want to go, where you need to go. Taking risks. A major card. The Chariot. Taking control of your life. Having complete control. She said to me, no, the decision's out of my hands, and I'm okay with that. She wasn't before. I remember reading, I said that. She doesn't like to feel like she doesn't have control. But this thing that she released in the last reading I talked about, that could have been it. I'm still a winner. I'm still moving forward. I know what my destiny is. I'm still on top. Powerful. The Chariot. Two major cards. you know, she's overcome a lot of obstacles. She recognizes that. Focused. Determination. Victory, triumph. I could see her I could see it in her face when I was channeling her, when she was talking, saying, this could have been avoided. I told you so. And saying, they'll have to figure it out. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm enjoying time with my family and doing work, but they have to figure that part out. The option is open. She didn't say no. She very much is aware of what she can and can't do. And where she is right now is, she didn't say no in a sense of, no, I'm not interested in that. Absolutely not. She said, I don't have control over that. I accept it. It's not on me to fix that. I tried, and here we are. She's saying, I didn't want that pressure. And that makes her feel triumphant. The pressure of not being president, that has nothing to do with that, but what they have to fix. Page of Swords. She said, I know the truth. I know exactly what will happen. I know exactly what will happen, is what she said to me. 5 of Cups. Card of healing, card of grief and loss. There are always two cups filled behind you, and that's what she is looking at. The cups that are not spilled over. That is where she's enjoying her life. That is where she's enjoying her work, enjoying her family. She's not happy that this happened. That's why this is here. But she's saying, I'm healing. Page of Pentacles. Focus. Slow, methodical energy. Okay. I have to plug in my computer. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Didn't want my laptop to die. But Page of Pentacles, slow, focused, methodical energy. Okay. Toward your goals, toward your plans, security, stability, feeling stable, secure. She's happy. The Emperor. She is the authority. She had, she didn't have a lot of control. I always sort of sensed that, but But this release, the option is out of my hands right now, and I'm okay with that. But she knows. She's like, I know exactly what will happen, and part of her knows that it will come back to her. It feels like in the energy. And it also felt like she was saying, if it does, she has things that she has to be done in a way that she wants it to be done. Authority and leadership. Structure and order. Practicality, control. Page of Pentacles, the Emperor. 1, 2, 3 major cards so far. 2 of Cups. Enjoying her time with her family. Feeling good. Empathy. How she connects to others. King of Wands. Listen. Oh dear. A person of power and determination. This is not someone who is lost, this energy. The Hermit. That is why she's so quiet for the most part. She only speaks here and there. She doesn't speak directly. She doesn't say anyone's name. She's at a crossroads. Yes and no, like she said. Yes and no. Okay? And I kind of love that for her. She has choices to make. Another major card. Two of Wands. Implementation. Planning. News. All this power. All this progression. Stepping into the unknown with confidence, and you have the Fool here. Moving forward with determination, new beginnings, decision making. This being in this space of yes and no. Hey, it's not my choice. Sort of, I did what I could. They didn't want to take the risk or what have you. Sort of energy. I can't see what I'm doing with this camera angle. Okay, so this is her energy where she is. She knows that she can fix it. She knows that, but it's sort of like she's saying, well, they have to figure it out. I'll be over here. But she has power, determination, fortitude. One more. Page of Cups. I've always, with the Page of Cups, I always strive to figure out what exactly is this card saying. I know what this card is about, but I always try to figure out how does it fit in this situation. And it's about a revelation. It's an emotional message. Surprise news, okay. Something that's emotionally moving. Public apology or something that is moving. Implementing or creating something in a different way. The Page of Cups. So she's focused. She is at a crossroads with the Hermit here. And that's a major card. One, 2, 3, 4 major cards here. Like I was saying, she's at a crossroads. Do I go left or do I go right? She has willpower, determination, authority. She's happy. This release of, she's still working. She's still doing what she does. She's not going anywhere. She's still doing something behind the scenes. But she's released this pressure, which I think she needed. Okay. Very interesting. I don't know. I kind of like this energy. I do like this energy. I do like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So. Now, that's where she is, right? In her crossroads. But what is her destiny? And what I have channeled is what I've been told, what she has been told, what her destiny is. Okay? Let's look at that. Where will she end up? What does the universe say? Where she will end up? What does her ancestors see? Where she will end up? She has let go of a lot. Interesting. Sometimes you have to do that to move forward. Sometimes that's part of your preparation. Let's see. What time is it? Okay, we have good time. Justice, temperance, balance and balance, wisdom, knowledge, fairness, integrity, justice coming for you. Okay, you getting justice? Very interesting. You guys, what is her destiny? The Empress. 3 major cards. More long term. Your major cards is about your long term. It's when you're locked in here. And we have Justice, Temperance, and the Empress. Seven of Cups. opportunities and choices, discernment. This is sort of the space she's in now. That's, oh dear. Okay. The High Priestess. What is her destiny? I know everything. I know the truth, she said. The truth. I know the truth. This is the emotional space she's in. This is the emotional space she's in. With temperance, it's literally tempering your emotions. You are feeling balanced. You have inner healing and inner peace. That is the word. Inner peace. That's where she is. You need inner peace to prepare you for life's challenges. I know the truth with the High Priestess. She's in a space of trust, of knowing her destiny, leadership, feminine energy, divine feminine energy, creativity, those plans that she discarded, grabbing them again, that I always see in relation to the Empress. A space of waiting and allowing. Yes and no. It's out of my hands, but I'm okay with that because I know the truth. That's the High Priestess. She's sitting on wealth of information. Okay. Oh, man. Trusting the process. Whatever happens, happens. Anyway. Here's all the keys. You saw those cards I pulled before? She has all the keys. But she's the Hermit. Three of Wands. Waiting for the results. Waiting for something to come in. Expansion. Growth. Determination. Rapid fire movement. Five of Swords. Rising above conflict. A cleverness. Perhaps the winning at all cost. But there's something about the Five of Swords after the Four. You know, with the Four, you are reevaluating. The Four of Swords used to come up often in terms of what's coming to her. It's about her destiny. And this also feels like the process towards where she's going. And the Five of Swords is, yes, it's winning at all costs, but it's something about, the cleverness of the Five of Swords after the Four. You've contemplated. So now she's in a sort of neutral position. She knows what's important. She knows the truth. And she knows she doesn't have control, right, over that. And she's okay with it. And so she's saying, I'm going to do what I have to do. This is her destiny. Justice, Temperance, the Emperor, the Empress, the High Priestess. I will let my cleverness, guide me. Oh, man, that's crazy. Ace of Swords. I know the truth. Clarity. New clarity. New ways of communicating. Page of Swords again. The Chariot again. Page of Swords. The Chariot. I'm in control. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me the overarching energy of her destiny. Six of Swords. Transition. Elevation. Healing. Mentally. Emotionally. Moving into something calmer. Is what she's always wanted. Smooth transition. That's that spirit. Do y'all see these cards? Out of this whole experience for her, this entire journey of having something taken from you, something you could do well. You could do well. And that's stolen from you. And dealing with the drawback of it, perhaps people not supporting you. People maybe you thought would support you. And now looking at this terribleness, doing what you have to do and advocating behind the scenes and doing work and keeping your head low, having a wealth of information, knowing the truth, and accepting that, okay, I'm at a crossroads. I'm okay that I don't have to make that decision. I know if it comes to that, it will be, I know it. I could feel it in the Emperor that came out. She has both the Emperor and the Empress in her energy. And so she's saying things will have to be done my way. That is her concession. But she said yes and no. I will ask if Spirit, is Kamala Harris destined to be the #1 leader of the United States of America? It says yes. Okay. I'll leave it at that. When? I don't know. I don't think that matters anymore. How? Couldn't tell you. But where she is and her energetically, totally understand. Kind of exciting, quite honestly. And look, it's like our situations are completely different, but it's like I always wanted to be in this position that I'm in. I always wanted to be able to dive into the metaphysical and immerse myself in it. It's painful. It ain't easy, because the more you are, the more you align, the more you know, and the more you experience in terms of energy. But I never imagined. I always say, like, oh, that wouldn't happen anyway. Or you accept that it's just this way. Or you say, or you're at a crossroads and you could go left or right. And you're okay with it, though. You're not conflicted by it. You're not upset over it. You're just watching and waiting. And when it does happen, it's a nice, wonderful surprise. So destiny and what a person is doing or thinking or contemplating, two different things. Never imagined that I'd be a therapist. Always wanted that. It would change shape because I was young. I wanted to be a child psychologist. But it was as I moved through my life from college, undergrad to, you don't imagine, or there were times when I said, it won't happen. And you sort of accept it. I'm not saying she's saying it won't happen. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm talking about like destiny and the process of a person to getting to that space. It's not, it's not an A through B, A to B to C sort of situation. At one point I was going to be a sports manager. I did sports management, So you don't know. You never, destiny but she knows hers. You see all these major cards? She knows the truth. She knows what she's capable of, what her authority is. And if the universe, spirit is saying that she has won through all of this. That's what spirit is saying. The answer is yes, that is her destiny. How she will get there? Don't know. There's a lot of chaos in between. I like the space she's in. She needs to be there. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about anything anymore, quite honestly. I'm more annoyed than worried. I'm annoyed. But, there's a bunch of chaos in between before anything is settled and decided on anything. It's not going to happen linear or neatly. It's going to be disgustingly messy, shocking, confusing, before we end up. The tower, guys, is there. The tower is destruction. And I don't mean destruction in terms of danger. Spiritually, it's the norm breaking down so something new can come of it. With the tower, it's just, it's disruption that needs to happen. Not like a little explosion, or even though there may be an explosion, but okay. This is what I want you guys to understand. All right, let's look at the election interference. Oh yeah, I wanted to read you guys an article. Let's see here. I was thinking about I couldn't figure out what I wanted to read on today, and then I saw this article. Sorry, I got very distracted. Okay, so I saw this article. It says Don Lemon and Kathy Griffin agree something was off about the 2024 election, suggesting election tampering. So it's a video. I'll put the link of the article in the description here. But it says former CNN host Don Lemon agreed with comedian Kathy Griffin on his show Tuesday that something was off with the 2024 election. At the end of the episode, Griffin brought up the idea as her tinfoil hat moment, and it's not. She shouldn't have said that, but I get it. Acknowledging that she may upset a few people over the idea. And that's, before I get into it, quickly want to say, it's all about the truth, is what I understand now. And I think the issue with a lot of people, from both sides, is that they don't want to speak the truth. They don't want to say the truth out loud, because it's not absurd. And that needs to happen now. And reading this article, I hope more and more people at this caliber say the truth. He cheated. People are thinking it. I know people are thinking it. And yes, a lot of people have said it, but the right people need to say it. Not Kimbo 266, 4789 on Blue Sky. Who cares what I have to say? I'm talking about a person that is of a caliber in terms of being in the public eye. Someone who is quote unquote of importance in terms of politicians or whomever. I get it. It's controversial, but we're past the point of no return. People said, when people were talking about Nazi Germany and what they were doing, people were saying, no, that can't be. Or, oh, that's concerning. Anyway, here's the article. I'm Kathy Griffin, and I do not think Trump won in a free and fair election. I believe there was tampering. I don't know. I don't know if it was Elon Musk connection. I don't know if it was just a few good old boys in the South who didn't do, what they accuse us of. Griffin insisted that her gut was telling her something happened with the election. While Lemon did not himself say the 2024 election won by President Trump was rigged, he admitted that he didn't disagree with Griffin. You're not far off. I won't say that I disagree with you, but I'm an evidence person. I'd like to see that. Go see the evidence. I think something was off, and especially when someone said, oh, we've got this, and how do you know that? How do we know we've got this? How do you know? Or I don't need your vote or anything like that. It's a little bit odd. Say it's odd. Right, this will be the last election. We won't have any elections after this. Vote for me and you won't have to vote again anymore. And also, as you said, every accusation is a confession. Okay, so that was their conversation. I question why the first time in American history... Oh, what's happening here? I question why the first time in American history a president has won every swing state and is also best friends, and his largest donor was the man who owns and runs the internet. That's what Rosie O'Donnell said. So there you go. We have to start, people have to start saying this out loud. The evidence is there. Is a whole website, the Election Truth Alliance. I'll put the link up there. But I fear that that is the truth. In order for, I mean, obviously he's doing things, this administration is doing the worst things, or rather terrible things to people. People have to be brave now at this point and say what the truth is. They have to talk more about it in order for it to, because there's evidence there. It's not just people saying this out of thin air. People aren't idiots. Anyway, I want to look at this. I want to know if this is part of the truth. Okay. Will the truth? Okay. I was just about to say, will the truth come out about election interference? And we have 5 of Cups and 5 of Wands. 5 of Cups. I'm sorry, 5 of Wands and 5 of Cups. Tower is there, right on the bottom. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about truth. Swoof. When I pulled out Queen of Wands came out yesterday. All about truth. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Cups. Eight of Wands. Scandal, 9 of Swords. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Cups. There are Pentacles in reverse. Very interesting. The Lovers. Seven of Cups. King of Cups. Water sign. Summertime. Cancer, Pisces. The timeline that came out. That's why all the cups come out, I think, quite honestly. Three of Swords. I knew it. I knew it. It's Tower. The answer is yes. Okay. Got very distracted, sorry. It seemed the answer is yes because the Five of Wands started in the Five of Cups. Okay, and so Five of Wands is a card of conflict, but a card of exposure. Exposing people for things they shouldn't be doing. It comes out all the time when I ask about when I ask about this. Revealing, revealing conflicts, revealing behaviors to the bringing that to the surface. A chaotic energy in terms of election interference, a chaoticness brought to that day, that night. Something lost with the Five of Cups, and someone making a decision about it with the Lovers card here. Two choices, okay? And the Seven of Cups here is a sort of like, it's a minor card, but the Lovers really also affirm that. So a choice being made about this. It feels very messy. It feels it almost feels like this is being looked at, but a decision hasn't been made about it yet. And then when you move to this group, the Nine of Swords, that news and scandal, that, Spirit told me that one of the signs is that this sort of great emotional this feeling of worry and anxiety surging, okay, this aggressiveness. And look at what's happening. Look at what's happening now. That was one of the signs. I wrote it down. Just looking for my notes. Emotions begin to outbalance aggression. After a period of great anxiety, sleepless worry, and internal unraveling. Internal unraveling. Ace of Cups. Nine of Swords, sleepless nights, worrying. Okay, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. This lack of clarity, not seeing the truth sort of thing. Not being able to decide between what's real and what's not. And this feeling here, this Three of Pentacles, people not being on the same page, not collaborating, this messy. Emotionally messy here, all of this. And but something it's like I was saying, like, when control can no longer be maintained, when the grip breaks, when their grip breaks, this unraveling, emotional reckoning, this is all in the Tower on top of all of this. This is a mess. This is their administration, what they did, how they cheated. This is all of this here. With the Tower here, this Three of Pentacles, and this is also saying the way that people expected. My dad would never question an election. He is as patriotic anyway. He said, oh man, I didn't think he would win. No one thought that. My dad is 68 years old. Okay, he wouldn't say that out his mouth ever. So if he's saying that, and this feels like that energy in this space here, confusion, like what is going on here exactly? Scandal, how things were supposed to go, it turned upside down. Until things continue, like you're looking at it now, all this pressure and this badness and all these things pushing this energy. The Ace of Cups here with this, new intuition or new stability in terms of emotion. But it's not, these things are blocking that. And then we have the Tower here because of the pressure. Something being revealed, something shocking. And then we move here. Three of Swords. Disappointment, heartache, heartbreak, loss. Eight of a quick movement towards some emotional stability here. Instability in terms of the groundedness, the shock. Knight of Cups here, people watching. There's some imbalance from this. There's some imbalance here emotionally with the Page of Pentacles in reverse on top of the Knight of Cups. This disappointment, all that coming on fast from this Tower moment. The truth. And the King of Cups here. Emotional reckoning. Perhaps during the summer season. The Cancer season, maybe. I'll throw a timeline on it. I'll throw a time on it. Why not? I did ask. But yeah, I mean, yes. The answer is yes. And it's very messy. It doesn't feel exciting. It feels terrible. The energy doesn't, I mean, obviously it would. But you would think with the truth being revealed, it doesn't feel to me satisfying. Will the truth about election interference be revealed? Saying yes. We'll see. I do believe it will be. When, I don't know. Soon, perhaps. It feels very, feels like people fighting about it, but I'm not sure if it's his people or whoever's looking at it. But it will be revealed. Sooner rather than later. I feel for sure. Let's look at this LA thing. See what will come of it, and then I'll be done. What will come of the LA protesters? What will be the results? What is the overarching energy here? Of Wands. Two of Wands. Four of Swords. Hierophant. Interesting. The Magician. People will be watching. Coming full circle. The Devil. The Hangman. Told me to put it here. Two of Swords in reverse. Interesting. I can't believe it's 7 o'clock. No. So give me the arching energy of the the consequence. What will come from this? 6 of Wands. Not bad. Not bad. How will people look at the Trump administration after these protests? Oh, a bunch of cards came out. Let's see what came out. Seven of Pentacles wants to come out, eh? So let me come out. Seven of Pentacles. You know, that vision my guides showed me so long ago, when I was like the end, when I was like the same exact cards came out. When they showed me people protesting like that, and I was like, why would you show me that? This was before he was inaugurated. Okay, so Four of Wands, Two of Wands, Four of Swords, Hierophant, Magician, the World, Two of Swords in reverse, the Devil, the Hangman. Perhaps delays in the Devil's work. Okay, the Devil energy. That's what it feels like. Something about, there's a Four of Swords here next in between the Two of Wands and the Hierophant, but the Four of Swords, the Hierophant, major card, following the Four of Swords about reevaluation. Just sort of fatigued, reevaluating things, you know, to gain clarity. Perhaps to gain clarity about our government. There's also something about conforming. The Magician, the Hierophant, Magician, in the World. I asked this question with the protesters in mind, actually, the collective. Okay. It's like the blindfold being taken off. I don't see who's not seeing the government for what it is, but the people who support this, I wouldn't even call it a government. There's some delay here in this energy, some blockage. Okay, this Devil energy. We know what the Devil represents, what energy that is. But the Hangman is here. Perhaps with the Four of Swords there, that really affirming, like, yeah, there's a delay here, or a change in perspective, some sort of pause with this not so good energy. Okay, and it's about our government, our institutions. I need a clarifier for that Hierophant and the Magician. I'm not sure what it's saying to me. Things will be okay. I can say that. Things will be okay. And I said that for this week. Something moving towards the middle, towards the end of the week will make people celebrate and feel good. The Emperor, power, something. What are you saying to me? The full new beginning. This is about the people, okay? And what I believe is being said here is people have the power, people have the authority, okay? That will be shown. That will be shown. Okay. How will people feel about the Trump administration? I got the Seven of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Death. You know, some sort of ending in terms of growth, expansion, the wheel turning. Then we got Four of Wands. I'm sorry, I got Four of Wands before that. Okay, celebrating, you know, balance, some sort of ending here. Nine of Swords. You know, bad news, scandal, anxiety, and the Hierophant once again. Something good will come from this for some reason. And it has to do with blocking and delaying the devil's energy. People's blindfolds coming off. Confusion sliding away. Something ending. Something's being stopped. Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Chariot in reverse. The scales will be tipped. The wheel will turn in a different direction. It feels like I don't see badness for the protesters. Something will come from this that will show their authority, the power of the people. That will end. There's a celebration here. I ain't saying it's gonna be easy. I'm just saying by the end of it, because this energy here is being delayed. There's an energy in this reading saying the collective has the power. People have the power. Will that be shown? Saying yes. Because, you know, magician is you have the power. You have everything you need for success. And the world here is good news, coming full circle, accomplishing your goal, the purpose of the protest. I see people celebrating. Okay. I'm going to end here. This has been long. This is long, but okay. I'll see you guys on... I'm not going to do a video tomorrow because I have too much to do for my other job. So I will see you Wednesday. But I'll post the question for Wednesday Q&A. Okay? I'll see you Wednesday. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you again soon. Bye!